So, if you want to know the truth about the universe, about the meaning of life, and about your own identity, the best place to start is by observing suffering and exploring what it is. The answer isn't a story. If the future of humanity is decided in your absence because you are too busy feeding and clothing your kids, you and they will not be exempt from the consequences. Yuval Noah Harari. Hello, my name is Nikia Bella, and this is my channel, Faux Intellectual, where I am smart, but I do not pretend to know everything, and I do not intend to be holier than thou. I do have my phone here because I have some difficulties, so I want to remember what I'm talking about. All right, this is what I get for trying to be professional and trying to take notes and trying to have a criteria with how I talk and da 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 da. Hello, I'm Nikia Bella. This is Faux Intellectual, and I tried to write a little script and I got some stuff down, and I think I'm cool with my message, but at the same time, it just wasn't giving me. It was just giving to. But anyways, hello, I'm Nikia Bella. Um, I would just say straight out the gate, I'm not pro-black. I'm not feminist. I'm not a womanist. I'm not a Democrat. I do have left-leaning politics and all that identity politics stuff. I don't fuck with, but I like to talk about the serious stuff. I like to focus on the serious stuff more so, and I don't care for the little shit. I'm not about to sit in anyone's comments or make videos about, oh, white people saying the N word, rapping our songs because we're cool as fuck. I don't know. Like, I'm not about to sit and argue about trivial shit where we got real life shit going on. I'm going to get this out the way with the campaign that just ended, with the presidency and all that stuff, the election being done, all that. Um, a lot of people did a lot of things wrong, and regardless of how wrong the campaign with Kamala, because they switched them out like so last minute instead of kept on trying to tell us, oh, Joe is okay, Joe is okay. You could have just switched them out as soon as it became an issue. And it almost makes me feel like they didn't even want her in the first place, unfortunately for her, because I don't think she's the worst candidate in the freaking world. Thank you. But anyways, boom, getting that out the way. Where are we? See, this is why I had to write a script, but then the script just makes me feel so constricted and like I'm just a robot. I don't fuck with that. Um, yeah, no, I like to focus on the real stuff. Now this isn't to say that I'm about to sit up here and defend white people or other people of color like just nigga, 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 nigga all day. I don't really care for that, but you're like your actions have consequences. You're on your own, but I'm not about to sit here and boohoo all day about it. We got bigger fish to fry. I don't care. I don't care about cultural appropriation to an extent. To an extent, there is an extent where like, okay, now you just straight up like acting like it's always been yours, or it's always been a thing, or using it mockingly or incorrectly, da da da. But when it comes to the little stuff like braids and even like, well, I can't speak on it because I'm not Indian, but just even clothing sometimes is just kind of like everyone knows where culture it comes from. Everyone knows where like the clothing that Indian girls wear, the clothes, the sari, stuff like that. Everyone knows where it comes from. So that is what it is at that point. But I can't say anything about that because I'm black. That's not a part of my situation. But when it comes to the braids and even how white girls do their lace fronts, like, or locks, or I don't care, bro. I don't care. We know where it come from. It come from black and Latina people. Like, bruh, I don't, like I said, bigger fish to fry. That's where we bigger fish to fry. Get out of my face, bro. I don't care about that person. Don't want to talk about that person. The person not my friend. I don't see them every day. Period. Another thing about me, I don't like how people see white people and other people in general in such a black and white way. Like, just because you have this view, you automatically think this, this, and this. I don't fuck with that. Never did, never will. Like, I don't have like a lot of white friends or anything, but I do know white people that I'm cool with. And there's this one particular white person that I'm cool with, and he says the N word a lot, but it's like it rolls so naturally off his tongue. Like, you can tell he just been around. Like, we don't even live. I live in the suburbs, but also in the suburbs I live in, there's areas where it's more urban than others, which a lot of places have. And that's not to excuse, oh, that doesn't mean the person say it, but I can tell the person I'm talking about, I can tell they don't give a fuck about politics. They don't give a fuck about race shit. They're not on the internet looking at this social justice stuff. They're not looking at this video. They're never going to see this unless I show this to them. They don't care. So my point is, these people like that are not automatically racist just because they say nigga in their conversation, or they say nigga because their favorite fucking nigga song is on. And I may sound ignorant, whatever, whatever, whatever. But the point is of me saying this is like, bigger fish to fry. Two, everyone isn't just saying shit just cause they have a full disregard for people or something like that. This person I'm talking about, yet again, he works on cars. He's a mechanic. He minds his business. He stays where he stays at. He barbecues. He goes in the pool. He minds his business. He'll say a couple things here and there about whatever is going on if it's brought to his attention, but 9 times out of 10, he not worried about anybody but himself and how to survive in this world. And that's what a lot of people is like. So bigger fish. There's that. Glad I'm 5 minutes in. See, with the script, you just holding it up. I have came to find in my year of this whole year with this campaign stuff and with watching everybody go back and forth and how they go back and forth and how people just fuck themselves over with how they go back and forth and how they make their movement look. And I'm like realizing like that label stuff, I'm not fucking with none of y'all. I don't fuck with the left. I don't fuck with the right. I don't fuck with the middle. I don't fuck with the liberalism. I don't fuck with all the names, center liberal, center left, all that. I don't care. I don't those label stuff. I don't subscribe to that. I Same thing when it comes to LGBT. I It's like, now I'm going to preface with this. I love the LGBT. Those are my people. Some wouldn't consider me a part of the LGBT because not only am I bisexual, but I'm also, most of my relationships have been heterosexual leaning. So I'm gonna just leave that there. That I don't really care about labels, but I would, to some people, still be put in the bisexual category because I, yeah, we can talk about that another day. But I love the girls. Stop. The girls just don't like me. The girls just don't fuck with me like that. But yeah, like, I love my people, but this identity stuff has gotten to the point where it's like, at first it was like, oh, we need to break from the gender norms and stuff like that, but then you're still using the gender norms and then also placing people in boxes, and it's like, at this point it's like, fuck the gender norms, or all this extra, like, I feel like once you get into the territory of the pronouns, and when it comes to um non-binary, there you go, when it comes to non-binary individuals, like people who would like to go as they them, or would like to go as he him, but not trans, it's like, you cannot be mad if, say for example, me, how I look right now, people are socially conditioned to look at me and see woman because I am female biologically and I dress feminine. I'm a feminine and masculine woman, but I'm very much a girly girl most of the time. They see me, my pronouns, I'm going by he, him, and they call me a she. What the fuck I look like, going like, oh my god, why would you say that? You need to ask they don't need to ask shit. The only thing I expect from people in this current day and age is for you to be like, hey, just call me so and so. Or hey, you don't gotta say he or nothing, but just call me by my name or something if you're not fucking with that or whatever. I feel like that part of identity is so minuscule in the grand scheme of things. Here's me, the grand scheme of things, the grand scheme of things. Because you can't take something so new to the population and then just keep forcing it down people's throats and expect them to take that so easily. Psychologically, people are going to push back against things that are like not only just brand new to them, but like just keep on like being forced, like, oh well, if you don't subscribe to this, then you're just a dickhead. And it's like, no bro, get I just don't get the shit. And at first, for me, I will admit, I didn't I'm gonna say this. I understood it, but at the same time, I was thinking about the whole aspect of it on how to get it to be accepted. You can't get it to be accepted if you are stereotypically looking like me and then saying you want to be called he and something else. Just don't even subscribe to a gender at that point. At that point, just be non-binary. To me, I feel like there should only be he, she, non-binary, period. But I just don't feel like this is me policing people at this point. I will admit that right now. I feel like if you look straight up like a woman and you just woman all day, stereotypically, physically, all that stuff, until hundreds of thousands of years from now when you dead, until we drop this stuff, you're going to be looked up as a she. There's no changing that. You want to still dress like a she, you're going to be called a she, even if you want to be called a he. And this is only for people who are not transgender. When you're transgender, that's something different. Even that is a confusing box because people have been transgender and then still want to be, I don't know. See, that's a whole can of worms that I'm not going to open because that I'm not too far into that. Point being is, you know that society is still stuck on what society is stuck on. And as much as people want to change that, you're not really going to like that. And being angry and like yelling at people about it is not helping. People have genuine questions like, how does this work if you still look like this? I'll never forget the first time I misgendered somebody, and I looked on their page, and I was just kind of like, okay, you go by he, but you look like a bitch. Like straight up, not even just androgynous. Not even androgynous. Just straight up like, you look like me, bro. And it's not that they corrected me misgendering them. It was how they went about it that turned me off. But I'm a big enough person, I'm an intelligent enough person to acknowledge, okay, even though this person was rude about the way they corrected me, it's not the end of the world, and I'm not about to treat people like them like shit just because they want to be rude about it. What I said, I think I called them like some pet name, like, oh, I said sweetheart or some shit, which I understand could be offensive for some people. So I was like, okay, cool, that's fine, my bad, sis, or some shit. I think I said sis, my bad, sis. And they were like, oh my gosh, it's on my page, like it's in my bio, like people keep misgendering me. And I'm like, girl, you look like what? Nobody. The point, nobody is about to go deep dive into your social media page just to gender you correctly. Like, if you really want that to be a thing, put that in your username, like your display name. You can't be rude to people because they are socially conditioned to see feminine qualities as feminine, she, boom, period. That's done. That's over with. So that type of shit, I went on a tangent, but that shit when it first happened blew the fuck out of me because not only one were my intentions not impure, two, it was how they went about it. And that's another thing that has to be learned. Like, even though your intentions can be harmless, it could hurt somebody else. But honestly, to me, keep it between me and y'all, I feel like them people really don't be mad about that shit. They really don't. Like, if you really wanted to be accepted in a way, why are you not stereotypically dressing in that masculine way, or at least being androgynous? But I guess that's neither here nor there. I just have an opinion on that. Little shit like that is what deters movements to me. The littlest shit. We're worried about people being seen as human. You worried about the semantics. I don't got time for people like that. I'm not going to hold you. I will say, we face to face, and you want to be called something, a name, a different pronoun. I don't give a fuck. Cool. I'm gonna call you that. I'm chilling. It may get some getting used to if you look straight like the opposite of that pronoun, but I'm not just out here trying to disrespect you. Disrespect people. Just don't disrespect me. That's just that. And like, people are so, it's like at that point it's like y'all focus so much on identity but then don't want people to focus on identity and put people in a binary. It's just backwards. We got to make sense. um we just got to make sense. We just got to make sense to people, and it just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like, um I want to change it. But yeah, this is where I'm at. This is my introduction. This is where I'm at. This is how my process goes. I definitely sit back and think like, is this rude, or is this, it came to a point at the very beginning of my adulthood where I was so not just inclusive, so progressive that I I'm not going to say I didn't question anything, because trust me, if it felt weird, it felt weird. Not that I didn't question anything, but I just kind of like, you want to be inclusive. You want to be nice to everyone. You want to be kind to everyone. I've always grew up that way. I want to treat people how I want to be treated. I want to be kind. I want to help people. I've always been that way, and I've been told that like so many times. I just want to be here. I could be rude about stuff. I know that for sure. I could be rude about stuff. I could be da da da. But all in all, my intentions start out as pure as you can have intentions. But yeah, that stuff is a whole just glob of just unnecessary a lot of the time. And I hate that when people talk about trans individuals, they're like, well, if gender is such a, you know, was created by society. I had a brain fart. If gender was such created by society and it's not a genetic thing, then why do trans women, you know, when they're before they transition, why do they when they transition, why do they go so stereotypically with what a woman is? That still goes into our social conditioning. They are going to be younger feeling knowing that they are the opposite gender, and they will see what the opposite gender does and what is a part of being the opposite gender, and want that and feel that in their soul from very, very young. I read about this stuff, and I read about a lot of stuff. So it's not just people picking and choosing like, oh, I want to be this. Some people really do that for trends. People do that, and that has nothing to do with any indoctrination. That has nothing to do with any of that. People are just attention seekers. And it's unfortunate that some movements are deterred by attention seekers that like to pick. And this goes into my next point. I don't like to pick all these labels, because I'm more than these labels. What am I picking these labels for? I will use them as necessary, as needed, if I have to. Like if someone asks what I am, I'm going to just say I'm more left leaning. I don't claim no party shit. I don't claim no movement shit. That's just who I am. I support a lot of what these movements do. The feminism, the leftism, I'm a part of that. I'm in that. I'm in those groups, whether I like it or not. I just don't claim them. I guess they can claim me if they want to, but that's neither here nor there, right? It's these labels that keep people so like, you're so focused on your label and you just want to be a part of something, like some mean girl clique shit, like some high school shit. What the fuck I look like putting the only thing got my bio is my age, bisexual, my age, and some quote or some shit. I don't know. Like, it's just the label shit gets people so like, ooh, I'm this and that, I'm this and that. And I appreciate that people nowadays are getting diagnosed for ADHD, for autism, for things that were overlooked, because a lot of parents just like, oh, there's nothing wrong with my baby, da da da, just in denial and stuff. I appreciate people are getting those diagnoses, but it's a lot of people that are also self-diagnosing, that are just, I want to be this and I want to be that, and I want to be oppressed a little bit, just a little bit. And it's like, why are you claiming all this stuff? You don't need to do that. You just want to be different. And I think we need to acknowledge that, and people are scared to acknowledge that some people really just want to be different. And people say, oh, so what? I feel like the only people that can get a pass for stuff like that is preteens, because when I was a preteen, I used to think I was gender fluid. Some days I wanted to be a boy and some days I wanted to be a girl, and I realized it wasn't me being gender fluid and wanted to be called he. It was more so like, some days I'm more feminine and some days I'm more masculine. And I just accepted those part of me. And I was just like, oh, I'm still me. I still want to be called she. I'm still a woman. I still present as a woman. And yeah, but that was preteen. I'm a preteen. Of course, we're going to go through our identity shit. So they can get a pass from then to 18. Y'all can get a pass. Y'all can get a pass. Now don't get this misconstrued. When it comes to transgender individuals, though, they do have to go through a lengthy process to even get accepted as having gender dysphoria or dysmorphia, one of those, dysphoria. They have to get approved by professionals, like constant appointments for that. So, gender fluid and transgender is not the same thing. They're not in the same category at all. So, let's not play with them. Let's get that straight right now. Let's not play with them. It's more than just, oh, I want to be a girl. No, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll not. Because I feel like I'm not the person to speak about that, even though I have read a lot about it. I'm still a cis woman, speaking of cis women, I don't know why people think that's a slur or if that's a problem. Like, trans women are no threat to me whatsoever. No threat. Love my sisters. Like, I have my opinions about stuff, but all in all, like, I love my people. Like, they're my people because they're human. Like, I don't get it. And like, this introduction video is gonna be hey, this is faux intellectual. Yeah, y'all, I'm gonna talk about a lot of stuff. I like my bio says, I'll make a video essay about anything, and I'm definitely going to be keeping record and keeping history with this whole second Trump presidency. But yeah, the label shit is annoying to me. Me and my best friend don't fuck with labels like that. We use them, but it's just like, y'all are expecting too much out of people that are just now getting into the progressive shit. But it's to the point where y'all are so obnoxious that now the whole woke thing is a thing, on top of misinformation, on top of this, on top of that. It's a whole hoopla array of things. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing that I cannot address in this video. But just know, I ain't no hateful ass bitch. Just know that. Just know I come in peace. I try to come in peace. And another thing, I wish race didn't exist. I wish that when you looked at me right now, honestly, you didn't even see a black woman. You just saw, this is a woman. That's a girl that's talking. And she may or may not know what she's talking about, just like the rest of the population. Being man, woman, whatever doesn't make you any more or less intelligent than the next person. So there's that. Bada bing, bada boop. And the gender war shit. Oh my gosh, the gender war shit. I wonder who's really gonna watch this whole introduction. The gender war shit. I don't fuck with that shit. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, absolutely stupid. Everyone is the same but different, and that's, due to upbringing and a lot of other factors that again we're not gonna get into in this video. But all I know is if niggas just treat people like human beings, we wouldn't be in this situation right now, and a lot of other things when it comes to the black community factored into what is happening today. And this blame game, I don't fuck with that. And I will say this, black women throughout, like, just black history in general, they've been the backbone of a lot of movements. But just to keep it on the black community spectrum, now I'm speaking to my people. Oh yeah, just because I'm not pro black doesn't mean I'm anti black. So let's do that also. I'm not pro black. Love my people, but I will not claim that ever again. I claimed that when I was 16. I'm not claiming that ever again because it was a lot of it was a lot of stupid shit in the community. I don't fuck with that. But yeah, black women have been the backbone of a lot of movements that got us to where we are today. So to act like black women are just the complete detriment and just whatever of the community is ridiculous when all you niggas is a factor. And sometimes I'll even say the men more than the woman. It's situational, but I will say to solely place everything on black woman is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I've only been here 26 years. It's the stupidest thing because I see the problems from both sides, and while the woman try to talk about it, it's how they try to talk about it, and people don't like to coddle people. It's like, oh, I shouldn't have to call them when I talk, and da da da. I'm like, sometimes you're gonna have to put your big girl panties on. As much as niggas is tired of putting their big girl panties on, and shut the fuck up and educate. If you can't do that, why the hell are you here? If you don't have the patience, if you don't have the couth, why are you here? If you cannot have this conversation, why are you here? I understand bitches is tired. Everyone is tired. But if you can't have the conversation, don't step in the kitchen at all. And then you have people going back and forth, not hearing each other because they want to just be mad. I don't like that. We need to get that out the window. One of the first videos on this channel, I will be talking to a black man about these issues and just about him living as a black man in general that also has the same like thought process that I do when it comes to the grand scheme of things. The grand scheme of things, what the hell are we doing? Y'all all need some psychology lessons and therapy and all sorts of stuff. But it doesn't even have to take all that. It just takes like, okay, you're not listening, so let me do this, and then you're not listening, so let's do that, and da, da, da. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. Woman pick bad baby daddies. Baby daddies pick bad baby mothers. Everyone does it. You know, men and women cheat equally, the equal amount of times. Men and women cheat equally, and I know it's. I will say, men cheat more heinously, if that's the right word I'm using. I feel like their cheating is more like sinister in a way because of how they go about it. Woman's cheating is definitely on the sneakier side and is not always meant to be like, I don't have the words for it right now, but I'm just to let the record show everybody cheats the even amount of times. Um, Men are just more notorious for it, I feel like, because honestly, you know what makes it more notorious for men, like makes them more the eye of the face of cheaters. It's because they're able to spread their seed everywhere. They're able to have 30 babies within a year if they wanted to. And I'm sure I've heard that before, like truckers and stuff like that. That I think that's what makes it more heinous for them. Woman, we can only be, well, not me because I don't have a uterus. Woman can only be pregnant um once, once in a whole year. So it's like, yeah, no shit, you guys are the face of cheating. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a funny little like. I see why. I see why. Point is though, we're not going to just pin it on black women because just as much as there's ratchet black women, there's ratchet black men that have their guns around their sons and grown ass women dancing on their, like, come on, we have to be honest with ourselves. You're telling me that's not worse than what, him being with his single mother and maybe learning some feminine traits because he's a child. He's just a child and it's not going to fucking stick. But oh no, let's teach him about guns and sex at 12 years old and get him a stripper for his birthday and all this other stuff because that's way better than him possibly being gay or transgender. I can't believe being gay is worse than being a homicidal sex fiend. That's neither here nor there. So, wow, my channel introduction is going great, ain't it? Can't wait to edit this. Oh, I did. You know what? I'm not even gonna. I might put that quote in the beginning. I may not. But yeah. So, you see, I have a lot in my brain that I want to discuss and go over. It's just I know I'm going to get misconstrued. I know I'm going to be seen as ignorant. Like, trust me, I'm educated on why this and this. I know quite a bit of stuff about misogyny, patriarchy. What else? All those buzzwords, toxic masculinity. I know about that stuff. I'm not saying it don't exist. I'm not saying whatever you think I'm saying. I'm just saying when it comes to talking about certain people about this stuff, when you start saying those buzzwords, their brains shut off. So my goal is not to say those words besides this video. I'm not about to say it until I can say it. And hopefully I look back in this video in the future and was like, I finally said it and people understood what the fuck it was. So yeah, what else am I missing? This was a leap of faith. I'm not gonna lie. I battled a lot before making this video with the thought of being misconstrued because I found my triggers is being misunderstood. I hate being misunderstood. I hate not being heard. I hate the assumptions about me when I make it clear what my intentions are. I not going to say I would be so upset if someone said I was homophobic or something like that, but it would definitely be like, don't play with my fucking character. That's where we can start. Don't play with my fucking character. That's just all for me. Don't play with my character ever in your life because you don't know me. You know me across this screen, but you don't know me ever. Ever, ever, ever. Even if I meet you, take a picture with you, shake your hand, kiss your cheek, whatever, you don't know me. And I'm trying to make it clear to the internet who I am, and I am learning how to be comfortable with being misconstrued regardless and being misinterpreted regardless or being taken out of context regardless. It is what it is. I've been on the internet for a very long time and I've seen how they operate. So either I put my big girl panties on or I stay shut in and I stay hidden with all the words that I have to say and all the things that I have to tell you guys. So yeah, this is my time to shine, and I don't think I have anything else to say about that. Oh, I will say, to end off this whatchamacallit, I do not claim a religion. Also, I am not atheist. I'm not atheist. I do have a church I go to for community, a Lutheran church. Good people, very good people, and yeah, I'm all about that love shit. But I'm also not. I just a lot don't phase me when I'm not connected to you. A lot does hurt me when I see people hurt each other because I've seen us be better than that, and it does hurt. It really does hurt. It does hurt when I see racism, especially when it's racism towards black people. It does hurt when I see sexism. It hurts really bad. Trust me, like when Trump won and all that other stuff, like, and people were talking the way they were talking, and it was just like people are hurt, and that hurts me because I don't want people to be hurt. I want people to be okay, and I want the people around me to be okay. Not about to cry. I just want everyone to be okay. And I want people to be open minded. I want people to be able to talk to each other and not focus on just the most trivial stuff because it's just more to life than this bullshit. We have one common enemy, but they put us all against each other. And why are people not getting that? And this isn't to I think when people say that to the right, they kind of see it as like, oh yeah, we're right. The enemy is this person. We're right. And you guys are just being combative. It's like, no, there is a middle ground here, but a lot of y'all niggas want to be all the way over there. And then everybody all the way over here. And we're like, hey, bruh, we not even saying the wildest stuff in the world, people that are left leaning. Not even saying the wildest stuff in the world at all. We're not trying to get nobody to accept no like crazy, wild, unethical stuff. It's just like give people a choice and just mind your business. Literally, me and my best friend always mind your business. Unless a child is like literally getting hurt, like we need to be focused on these pedophiles in these neighborhoods, these men that go under a rug because everybody wants to talk about transgender people as if they're just a bunch of statistics out there to say transgender people do this and that. It's just to not go on another tangent so I can end this video. It's just it's a lot of misinformation out here. Like the left means well, but how they're going about it makes it seem so trivial. So, yeah, I just want everyone to be okay. I want everyone to be okay, and I want everybody to get to know each other. I want people to, I feel like a lot also that contributes to the discourse and contributes to the hate is that a lot of these right leaning people, they are not around people like me. They are not around people like my best friend. She's a lesbian. They're not around they're not around these people. And even when they are around these people sometimes, and when they get that bit of clarity, like, oh, these people aren't so bad, they get on the internet and it sucks them right back in, like, nah, they're stupid, they're bad, they're not meant to be here, da da da. So it's like these people are profiting from our discourse, from our intellectual demise, from the misinformation. They're profiting from all of that. And we are all falling into the trap. Whether you think you are or not, we're all in the trap. He's in the trap. He's in the trap. We're all in the trap. And you're not above it, and I'm not above it. I may know about it, but it don't mean I'm out the trap. So yeah, keep that in mind if you even watch this far. This is Nikia Bella. This is Faux Intellectual, and I will see you next video whenever that next video is. Have a good morning, noon, or night. Take care of your neighbor. Love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. I don't give a fuck who they are. Love thy neighbor. And also, what I learned from what I read once upon a time is that change starts with undeserved kindness. So, as much as we don't like to treat people with kindness that have hate in their heart, it'll be that one day where they need somebody like you and you're there for them. And it just clears the fog from their head like, whoa, this shit is bigger than this. This shit is bigger than my hate towards you, my ridiculous ass hate towards you. It's bigger than this. It's just bigger than us. Like, that's all your girl had to say. Thank you guys for watching. If you watch this far again, I guess I will put my socials. I put my socials here. Let's take care of each other these next 4 years, and let's keep our eyes open, and let's inform each other and be smart about it.